Thank you guys for coming today. I'm so grateful. Please be seated. I have lots of memories of coming here as Attorney General and Governor, but some of the toughest memories is playing football and basketball for Northern Nash High School and having to come up here and play Henderson Vance. And they were always tough. Sue, thank you for being here and for telling your story. It's always tough to get up and talk about your own family, but you've said things that so many people across this state are feeling. And as a fellow Sunday school teacher, I appreciate the work you've done. I know some of your Sunday school students, by the way. Colonel Williams, thank you so much for being here, one of our 720,000 veterans across North Carolina. I'm so deeply grateful for your service to our country and your willingness to stand up and talk about protecting families across this state. Sheriff and Chief, thank you, and your officers and deputies who work so hard every single day to keep the public safe. You know you have a friend in me who's going to work with you to make sure our communities are safe across this state. We have a lot of elected officials here. I know James Gaillard and Brian Cohn are running again for the state legislature, and we're delighted that they're doing that. And I'll tell you, I've been doing a lot of these Make Stuff Cost Less tour stops across North Carolina. And what I'd like to do for anyone who wants, after this is over, please come forward. We can talk. You can ask me questions, or you can tell me something that is on your mind. If you want to take a picture, we're happy to do that. But I'd like to speak with each of you if you want to after this is over, because I get a lot of information from people when I do that. Having just talked with Manny, who is a young person just getting into the world of work in Alamance County, and already he is overwhelmed by grocery, utility, and gas prices, trying to find his way. Talking with people like Meredith, who has a child, Vivian, who has cerebral palsy. Vivian's covered by Medicaid. Meredith is scared to death that all of these attacks on health care from Washington is going to take Vivian's health care away. And remember, folks, as bad as this one big betrayal bill has been on health care, it has doubled premiums. It has sent drug prices soaring. It has kicked so many people off of the marketplace and Affordable Care Act. The Medicaid cuts come after the elections. So as we say back home on the farm, you ain't seen nothing yet. That's why we need to send leaders there to make sure that we are paying attention to those who have been left behind, making sure that people have quality health care. I'm running for people like Pender. I talk to him frequently. He's a farmer. They're getting killed with the tariffs. I am deeply, deeply grateful for the men and women who put on the uniform and who are there to serve our country and willing to risk their lives. But we know this war in Iran has no strategy, and we know that it is sending prices soaring at home. In talking with Alex, who is a military spouse, everybody at Fort Bragg obviously is on pins and needles worrying about their deployed loved ones who are out there, but also having to face the brunt of the rising prices in their own military families, seeing child care go up and utilities go up, seeing gas go up, seeing the cost of housing go up. People are facing this every single day. And folks, it didn't used to be this hard. I mean, a lot of times back in the day, you could find a good job, you could have enough money to make sure that your family was supported and maybe even have a little left over for a vacation. You had your children get educated. You felt pretty good about retirement. But now people are struggling and looking up at the middle class and thinking, am I ever going to get there? Is the American dream dead? and so many people in the middle class who are just barely hanging on, not knowing what to do next. We need leaders who care about them. We have an administration now that the policies are supported by my opponent, Michael Whatley. This administration promised people that the cost of living would be the focus on day one. Not only has that not happened, it has been made so much worse. We need leaders who understand the problem. My opponent, Michael Whatley, has talked about prices are down. Ask Sue and Colonel Williams whether prices are down. He says we've defeated inflation. Ask Sue and Colonel Williams whether we have defeated inflation. You have to recognize a problem before you can solve it, right? And let me tell you, if you spend any time with North Carolinians, you're going to recognize this problem. Now, I didn't think that I would be standing here. I thought when I left the governor's office in January 2025 due to term limits that I would probably do something else. I thought about teaching. I taught Sunday school for 2.5 decades, and I was exhausted at the end of that hour. But I did do a little bit of teaching. I thought maybe I might want to do that. But when I saw what was happening in Washington, the chaos, when I saw people being hurt, when I saw the accomplishments that we had made here in North Carolina, all of them at risk, and as I sat in church on Sundays and kept thinking about that verse from the book of Luke, to whom much is given, much is required, and thinking about my amazing mom and dad, public school teacher. I've told this story many times. People come up to me as governor and say, I want to pay you a compliment. I think it's about me, and they say, your mama was the best teacher I ever had. Shows you the importance of education. My father, who made me work hard on the farm every summer until I went to college, that was a blessing. I got the blessing of a wonderful wife and 3 daughters. I got the blessing of waking up every morning for 8 years, getting a chance to lead the state that I love, and thinking about the accomplishments that we have. 640,000 new, better-paying jobs for our state, extended paid parental leave for families, the fact that we finally got a bipartisan agreement, as mentioned earlier. We're up to 735,000 people who now have health insurance because of Medicaid expansion in North Carolina. Almost 5,000 people right here in Vance County. And that is life-changing for families to have health insurance. And when I would go to the sign-up enrollment centers for people to sign up for health insurance, I'm thinking to myself, we're the richest country in the world. Everybody ought to have access to quality, affordable health care. And look, I know all of the moneyed interest and the vested interest in the system that we have now, but the system is not working. And we need someone who is ready to go up there and is brave enough to roll up sleeves, get in it, and find a way to get more people quality, affordable health care. And I'm ready to wrestle that bear when I get to Washington. And I was grateful during my career as Attorney General and Governor to work to keep communities safer, working to sign laws to make it tougher to get bail, making sure that we're supporting our law enforcement. It is critical that we work to keep communities safe, and I've done that through my entire career. And so as I thought about all of this, and I thought about all of this being at risk, and hearing from people across North Carolina, I looked at that Senate seat again and said, well, I might be a little young for it, considering all those committee chairs up there, but I'm ready to step up, and that's why I'm a candidate for the United States Senate. I'm excited about it. And look, I'm ready to go and take on insurance companies that are blocking payments for people that ought to be made. I'm ready to go and take on utility companies. All of them are making lots of profits, yet people are suffering and paying more. I'm ready to do that. And hey, guess what? This is the 91st year of Social Security. How about that? What an investment this country has made in people who have been willing to work and pay into a system, and now they are retired and getting the well-deserved benefits of that system. Well, guess what? The trust fund is running dry. And by 2032, there's going to be a 22% reduction in Social Security payments unless Congress actively does something. And think about how hard it is to get something done in Congress and how long that you have to wait. Well, that's an average of about $500 a month. Think about that for families who are retired and on limited income, and how hard that is going to be. And there's going to have to be some tough choices made, because by 2032, this is a 6-year term. So whoever's the senator from North Carolina is going to be having to make the decision about Social Security. Who do you want, Michael Watley or me? I think we know. I think we know. I think we know. People cannot afford a benefit cut. The wealthy have to pay their fair share. And we've got to find a way to preserve those benefits. And you will get that hard work from me to make sure that we do. Look, I'm excited about this opportunity. My opponent, who is a longtime lobbyist for big oil and utility companies, has been fighting for them for years. He's been fighting for their ability to charge people higher rates and higher prices. You think he's going to change when he gets into the Senate? And on top of that, he owns their stock. So he makes money when they raise rates. All right. So you're going to have me, on the other hand, as a senator. I don't own any individual stocks. I'm not going to, will not do that when I'm a senator, regardless of whether there is a law, and I will certainly vote for the law. But you know what? The federal government needs to earn people's trust, right? And we need somebody in the Senate that is going to be focused on the people. My opponent, Michael Watley, says that he ran because this president asked him to. And there is no question that he will do and say whatever this president tells him to do and say, regardless of whether it's good for the people of North Carolina. Here's what you're going to get with me. You're going to get a strong, independent senator who is going to put the people first. The people before politics. The people before power. The people before party. We must have the people first. There are just too many people in Washington, D.C. right now who are there because they want to be something. I want to go to do something. I don't need to be anything. I don't need to be anything. And we need more people who are going to step up and be willing to do that. I am so excited to be here with you today, and I'm so excited to be running in this race. Folks, my wife and I had a conversation with our children that our parents left us a better country, but we have work to do to leave our children a better country. And I think all of us need to look inside ourselves as to what it is that we do best, what it is that you can do to make sure that we leave a better country to future generations. All of you have talents, and I see so many people in this audience who are stepping up right now. You can go to roycooper.com and sign up to volunteer and do things with the campaign to help us. Many of you are running for office and stepping up, and many of you are going on canvas launches. We need people who are willing to step up right now. Thank you for your support over the years. This is going to be a very close race, and we're going to have to work very hard to win. But we know this. At the end of the day, we need leaders who will work to make stuff cost less. That's what you're going to get in me. Let's go win this thing, guys. Thank you so much.